Hi YouTube, this is Mike. Epic Mike is what I go by online. It's sort of my dungeon master name, and we've made some goblin brutes. This is the first of 3 goblin packs that we'll be bringing to our character cache Patreon, and so that's cache with CACHE. But the next one next week will be free, but this one is a paid pack, and it's our first one, and it's the first one that we've added lighting to. So let me show you not only the artwork. This is a splash image that you're looking at right now, and this is in alchemy and the flames and stuff. That's one of the default animations that they have. And so this would be like if you had an encounter, right? You could then come in and fight some goblins here. So I know there's a lot of goblin content out in this world, but these are our tokens. And what I love about the artwork is the personality, and that's something that I think is sorely lacking in most D&D battles, or just honestly encounters. Now, a lot of the encounters I think work better, but as a dungeon master myself, and as somebody that I think is reasonably creative, it is a challenge for me to come up with these personalities because I only have one personality. And even those pro dungeon masters, they end up, having maybe a dozen or, 24 sort of personalities that they sort of jive with and can act on or act with. But as a dungeon master, what I need is a tool that helps me to get into that mode of acting like somebody that I'm not. And for me, the obvious choice is figurines. I'll make a video about this someday, how much I love figurines. And the problem is most virtual tabletops kind of don't feel very much like a table. And so that's why my artwork comes in a variety of styles, like head art as well as token art. But let me just show you the artwork and also mini art. Sorry, I'm stumbling over my words here a little bit. So this is alchemy, and so each of these has 2 pieces of artwork attached to it. If I send it to the journal, you'll see the head artwork, which is big and beautiful. And if I, and obviously you've got this one for the actual battle map itself. Now you could be using the head artwork as your token. If you have an overhead battle map, you could definitely do that. And honestly, I use this artwork, the minis, on the overhead battle maps as well. So anyway, so that's kind of what we've done. We've got this ornery clout. I picture him as being this. He's got a club and he's a heavy hitter. All of these are brutes, so they're got double the hit points, double the damage kind of thing. This guy's rabid, so it's like, if you want a bite attack on that guy and it gives somebody like poison damage or gives them the poison condition. This guy is just hungry, he's going to try and eat people along with attack them. And that's all stuff that you can actually build out in a virtual tabletop like alchemy. So for example, I'll go ahead and play this guy named Rockhound, and very quickly you can just really build out a rock chuck attack, right? And so this guy, when you use it, he's going to chuck a rock at people, not just a sword, right? And that actually comes out to actual bludgeoning damage. And so anyway, so that's sort of the basic idea behind it, is that each character sort of has their unique thing. This amicable executioner, well, when we play him, he's got a save versus Vorpal attack. Now, Vorpal is a term for cutting off limbs back in 2nd edition when I started. So let's go ahead and use that, right? And let's say one of these guards had to, it says on a critical hit, the target must save versus a Dex DC 8 or lose a limb. All right. So if I'm just playing this guy, all I have to do is click this dex save button and bam, right? This guy barely made his saving throw. He almost lost a limb on that attack, right? If it was a critical hit. So anyway, but that's the idea, that you can add a flavor. And what I like about this, and what I think changes the way that we play, it changes the way my group plays Dungeons and Dragons, is that you don't necessarily know as a player. You have to use the visuals to interpret who's bad and who's not, who's strong and who's not. Normally you'd have tiers 1, 2, 3, right? And you'd still have that with this unique artwork. But the catch is that each person in that tier isn't identical. they're all different, right? These are all the same tier. These would be a tier 2 goblin, right? They're tougher than your normal goblins, and we're coming out next week with your tier 1 goblins, just your goblin warriors. Those are free. This is paid content on our Patreon. And if you notice, each one, so going back to the play style, is for me that mystery is something that is necessary for adventure, right? If I'm playing Dungeons and Dragons, it's because I want to have an adventure. It's not because I want to play a video game. Now, some people do want sort of a more video game experience, and that's fine. And I think that this artwork could enrich that style of play as well quite a bit. But what I like is I like that sort of the unknown, that you have to use the artwork. What you see is kind of what you get, which is something that is not normal. It's something that, for me, it enriches the play style. All right, so the artwork itself is, these are all the different things you'll get in one of our packs. Is we do 8 at a time, and we usually do 10 or 12 different color variants, right? And then we offer those in the full resolution artwork, as well as, which is great for like visual novel content if you are familiar with that style of content. The point is that it also comes with minis and with tokens as well, and that those all come in different colors, specific, so that they're easily readable when you're streaming games online and people just join in and they have no idea what's going on, right? You have blue for allies, red for enemies, and gray for neutral parties, and that just helps people to understand what's going on the board and who's who, right? All right, so that's it. Thanks for playing, and I'll be back next week with more content, and hopefully, and it will be free. So think about joining us on Character Cache. If you join for free, you'll be able to download next week's pack. We also have 300 Town Guard you can download right now for free by joining our Patreon. Thanks. Talk to you later. Bye.